Hi everybody, welcome to the show. Today is Thursday, November 8th, 2012, a very significant month and year in our movement's history. As of today, Marc has 607 days left to go in his U.S. federal prison sentence for having sent millions of seeds and millions of dollars to Americans and activists working to end prohibition. So Marc is feeling very vindicated right now. He's elated, as am I, because of the news, which I'm sure none of you have missed, that legalization has passed in Washington and Colorado. And here I am already getting a little choked up. But it is really significant. I mean, nowhere on earth has marijuana ever been voted into a legal system before. Nowhere has the headline been in the newspapers, pot's legal. And I can show you from the Seattle Times newspaper, front page, state blazes new trail, legalizes pot. And the headline that really hit home and made it real was pot's legal. And on the morning after the election, as I sat eating breakfast and I saw an old man looking at this, we did it. We did it in a small way. To begin with, this is significant to people worldwide, and I'm sorry to get emotional, but consider how many people are in prison right now for activism and for pot, who have been waiting for something to change. All of the inmates with Marc couldn't believe it. They're asking him, is this real? And we're moving to Colorado and Washington, they said, when they get out. But the truth of the matter is, for decades, people have said, I hope I see legalization in my lifetime. And now we can say we have. We've seen it. Just weeks ago we were saying, God, we hope we see legalization in our lifetime. And now, because of the hard work of countless people, our awesome American brothers and sisters, you guys did it. You did it and you passed legalization. And the world is watching. In the province beforehand, they ran the article, Pot Watchers Focus on U.S. Election Vote. Because it's true, in Canada this month, as of Election Day in America, we have mandatory minimums for pot coming into effect in our country to lock up thousands of people. And the United States is reversing that trend, and now we can point to them and say, look, they're changing their laws. We have victory listed on all the newspapers. The Vancouver Sun said that party on in Washington State, Colorado, as voters legalize marijuana possession. The front page of the Vancouver Sun here is changing positions on marijuana. Washington State, yes. British Columbia, no. In Washington State, licensed growers can sell up to an ounce to individuals. In British Columbia, growers can face a minimum of 6 months in prison. In Colorado right now, the law says that every adult can grow 6 plants of their own. And in Canada right now, anybody caught growing 6 plants is spending 6 months minimum in prison from this point on. So I'm scared for Canada, but I'm so excited for the US. Look at these headlines. This is so awesome. And of course, right there, our cameraman, Marijuana Man Greg Williams, and Cannabis Culture Store Manager Tiffany, front page, celebrating, and a big article inside, of course, because we're so thrilled about this news. Marc and I were actually official endorsers of Initiative 502. I'm sure if you watch the show, you know that. And I was able to go down to Seattle and broadcast for a little bit on Pot TV. The internet kept crashing. It was so wild down there. But we got to go to the headquarters. It was phenomenal. I met so many people and re-met friends and allies who have done incredible work. Just amazing work, really sacrificing their time and their lives and their money and doing what they can to end prohibition. And in Colorado, they did the same. And in Oregon, they fought a good fight, but don't worry, you're coming up next. There's a lot of U.S. states who are going to be legalizing it in the next 2 years, the next 4 years. The wall is beginning to fall. And Marc and I are just so happy because Marc devoted his life to this. He did get indicted in Washington State. He got extradited to Washington State, and he's still serving time in U.S. federal prison. And people keep asking, what does this mean for you? What does this mean for Marc? He should be set free if his prosecutor is endorsing legalization. If his own prosecutor supported the legalization initiative, Marc Emery should go free. And I would agree with you all. I say he should come home immediately, but he does still have time to serve. And of course, we would love for him to be sent home, but we know he's coming home in 2 years or less, under 2 years. It probably won't even be 2 years. Marc is going to be home, and we're going to get rid of this conservative government, and we're going to keep fighting, keep pushing, because the fight isn't over. Obviously, this is a huge, huge win for our side, and how desperately have we needed a win? My God, have we ever taken blow after blow from the U.S. federal government, Canadian government, and we won. We got a victory. The headline is there. And I have a little bit of history right here. The Yes on 502 t-shirt I was given at Seattle Hemp Fest, official t-shirt for being an official endorser. And it's signed by Allison Holcomb, who is a phenomenal woman. Pete Holmes, the Seattle City Attorney, who is incredibly friendly and welcoming and supportive to me. Rick Steves, also very great person, donated a lot of money to this campaign, and that's what helped make it happen. And Representative Mary Lou Dickerson, who introduced legalization into the legislature before, and I testified at the legislature with her invitation and met John McKay, who endorsed the initiative. It's all coming full circle, guys. We're getting allies every single day. And like I said, Marc and I couldn't be happier. I have a blog from him that I need to edit and post today. I'm absolutely exhausted. I fly to see him tomorrow, getting up at 3 a.m. tomorrow morning and making the journey to celebrate with Marc. And that's going to be so exciting. I'm so thrilled. And really, truly, it was because of the work of the people on the ground down there. You guys did it. And you can't give up. There's still a lot more work to do. And because this show is all about the legalization initiative and I haven't had any time to go through my draw and get all the names and entries for the t-shirt draw, I'm going to do it next week and take the last 3 weeks. It's going to be 3 weeks of entries that I've been missing. Please enter by emailing Jodie at Cannabis Culture, and I'm going to give you this extra special free Marc prize pack. First, of course, as always, is the free Marc t-shirt, which our wonderful friend and supporter Tommy Chong wore on his podcast announcing legalization. You get the free Marc button, you get the free Marc Emery stickers, and I'm also going to throw in a free Marc Emery, well, it wasn't free Marc Emery, it was Marc's last day free in 2009 that he signed a couple of DVDs of the Prince of Pot documentary done by CBC. And this is number 18 of 50, and it's the only one I can find that we've still got that Marc signed on September 28th, 2009, when he first went into prison here, beginning the whole ordeal. We also have The Principle of Pot, which is a 4-hour documentary explaining how Marc's life of activism has gone far back into Canadian history, and there's a lot of media and great evidence in here demonstrating Marc's impact on the legalization movement in Canada and around the world. And I'm going to throw these in with a t-shirt for a winner next week. So send me an email to Jodie at cannabisculture.com. And for everybody who's been sending messages for me and Marc, I'm really sorry I can't get back to you all, but I can't tell you how happy it makes me to hear your wonderful, loving, supportive words. And we have a few things I really want to let you know about. In British Columbia, Sensible BC is a new campaign that we have to decriminalize marijuana in this province. We can't legalize it in the way that states do it. We don't have states' rights or initiatives, but in British Columbia we have a referendum process where we can get the citizens to vote on stopping police from arresting people for possession. So all the money would be taken away for doing that, and they wouldn't be able to arrest people for possession. But this is a huge campaign that needs a lot of money and a lot of support and volunteers and many, many, many thousands of hours of volunteering going into it. And we've got 2 years ahead to really build this up until the vote, and we need your support. So please go to sensiblebc.ca and donate some money or donate your time, sign up, and help our dear friend Dana Larson in this wonderful campaign. And we're pledging money here from Cannabis Culture Headquarters to help this happen, and hopefully we can work with our Washington neighbors as we've helped them with Initiative 502. There's a lot to be done here together on the west coast. So that's really exciting. And I also encourage you to check out all the videos and stories about the legalization votes and the medical marijuana votes and many other positive marijuana votes that happened on election night. Please check it all out at cannabisculture.com and pot.tv. We've got a ton of videos and more content, photos, a lot of stuff coming up. Jeremiah is working very hard to edit all of our experience from Seattle to bring it to you. And please do check out all the other videos on our accounts so you can keep fully informed about what's been going on. And send Marc a letter if you'd like to, promising that you will do something to keep this going. It's not over yet. Like I said, this is a huge victory for us. We've won this battle, but there's still a big war. There's a very big war. And Obama, who knows how he's going to respond to this, but bring it on. There's only one way to go. We have to confront the federal governments in both countries on this issue. That's the only way to go, from the bottom up. So get out there to your city councils, your counties, your districts, your states, your provinces. Push your politicians from the ground up to get this message to the federal governments of both countries that legalization is a reality now in 2 states, and we have to bring it to everywhere else on earth. Prohibition is a failed policy, destroying lives, tearing apart families, wasting money, endangering our communities. There's no reason to keep marijuana illegal. None. Unless you've got money motivation. And we know the gangs and the cops and a few other industries have their hands in the marijuana prohibition movement. And they're working hard and they've got money. And we need to be able to fight back. Marc sold marijuana seeds for this purpose. Marc sent millions of seeds to Americans from 1994 onward because he wanted them to plant the seeds of freedom and overgrow the government. And you guys did it. You've been planting those seeds, you've been getting on the streets, you've been working with your politicians, you've been getting them on board, and now we have more people on our side than ever. Victory is possible, but we have to keep working very, very, very hard. Except all of you who worked so hard for the last year. You get to take a few months break. You guys should celebrate and relax, but certainly there's a lot to be done, and I hope you'll all take action and donate to Marijuana Policy Project, Law Enforcement Against Prohibition, NORML, Drug Policy Alliance, anybody and everybody who is out there supporting our cause. Now is the time. Put your money in your mouth where your heart is and make this happen. And we'll bring Marc home and we'll kick down those final bricks in the wall of prohibition. It's coming down. Thanks so much for tuning in. Sorry again for getting emotional, but you guys, we're living in a world where pot's legal somewhere. That is groundbreaking, and this is just incredible history in the making. So carry on. We've got a lot more to do, and I'll be with you guys working my butt off trying to make it happen and bring home all our pot prisoners. Take care, free Marc Emery, and end this war. We're doing it.